Hi, boys and girls. I'm going to help you with your math today for practice 3-7. Today we are working on models for subtracting. Now, these first two problems we're going to do together, and I'm going to show you how to subtract using regrouping. This is something you learned in second grade. In second grade, you learned how to subtract two-digit numbers with regrouping. In third grade, you're going to learn how to subtract three-digit numbers with regrouping. Okay? So it's the same thing you did in second grade, just with a little bit bigger numbers. So let's look at number 1. It gives you these place value blocks to help you subtract. So we have 232 minus 147. It shows us 232 in our place value blocks. 200, 30, 1, 2. So if I have 2, I can't take away 7. I'm going to have to borrow from this 10 stick right here. So I'm going to take away 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and count how many I've left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 left. So when I show this on math on my paper, I started with 2 ones, but I borrowed 10. So then I had 12. I don't have 3 10 sticks anymore. I borrowed one of those. So now I have 1, 2 10 sticks. I have 2. Okay. So now I've got these 2 10s, and I'm supposed to take away 4, but I don't have 4. I'm going to borrow from this 100. So instead of 2 hundreds, I'm going to have 1. And instead of 2 10s, I'm going to have 12 because I'm going to break this up into my 10s. Okay. So I'm going to take away 4 10s. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4. And I have to see how many are left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 10s left. And then I had this 100 left back here, and I need to take away 100. And I have just enough, so I'm going to take that away. So I don't have any hundreds left. So my final answer is 85. Let's do number 2 together. Number 2 has the same place value blocks. On 3 through 12, you do not have to use place value blocks. I just want you to subtract using regrouping like we did up here. So I'm not going to do 3 through 12 with you because I want you to do it on your own. But I will show you another example for number 2. So number 2, I have 324 as shown with my place value blocks, taking away 156. So I have 4 ones, and I need to take away 6, and I have the same problem. I don't have enough ones. So I'm going to borrow this 10 stick and break it into ones. So now instead of 2 10 sticks, I took 1 away. I'm borrowing it over here. So now I only have 1. Now instead of 4 ones, since I added those 10, I have 14. And now I can subtract. So I'm going to take away 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to figure out how many are left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 ones left because 14 minus 6 is 8. Now I only have 1 10, but it wants me to take away 5. Just like on number 1, I'm going to borrow from my hundreds. So this hundreds block right here is going to be broken up now into 10s. So instead of having 3 hundreds, since I'm borrowing, I'm going to only have 2. And instead of just having 1 10 stick, I added 10 more. So now I have 11. So now I have 11 10s that I need to take away 5. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So now I'm going to figure out how many are left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 10s left. And now I still have 2 hundreds left, and I need to take away one of them. So I'm going to take away this one, which means I have 100 left. So my final difference, my answer is 168. Now, when you do 3 through 12, you don't have these place value blocks, and that's okay. You're going to do the same thing. So I'll do 3 with you really quickly so you can see the difference. I have 321 minus 176. If I have 1 1, I cannot take away 6, so I have to borrow. So I'm going to borrow from my 10s. Instead of having 2 10s, I'm going to have 1. But I'm going to add 10 to my 1's place, and I have 11. 11 minus 6 is 5. 1 minus 7, I have the same problem again. I only have 1 10, so I need to borrow from my hundreds. So instead of having 3 hundreds, I'm going to have 2. And instead of 1 10, 100 is 10 tens, so now I have 11 tens. 11 minus 7 is 4. And 2 minus 1 is 1. So my final answer is 145. Now, I do not just want 145. Do you see all of this messy work up here? That's what I want to see, y'all. I want to see all of this, okay? Because that's how I know that you thought up the answer and not a calculator. It's really important that you know how to do this, okay? So for 13 and 14, we're going to look at this table. These are the last two I'm going to do with you, and then your independent practice will be to complete the rest of these on your own. You are graded on 3 through 12. These are the ones you're doing on your own. This is what you're graded on. Okay, the rest still needs to be complete because I'm doing it with you, but this is your grade. Okay, what's the difference between the greatest and least number of pages read? So I look over here, 322, 263, 415. This is the greatest, and this one's the least because I have 400s, 200s, and 300s. 400 is the most, 200 is the least. So then I subtract 200, whoops, that was wrong. Not 200, that would not work. I'm going to subtract 415. Oof, trying to use these online is kind of difficult. So if you want to use a pencil paper and take a picture, you go for it. Minus 263. All right, 5 minus 3. I don't need to borrow. I have 5. Boom. Take away 3, I got 2. Don't need to borrow for that. 1 minus 6, I do need to borrow. So I'm going to borrow from my hundreds. Instead of 400s, I'm going to have 3. Instead of 110, I'm going to have 11. 11 minus 6 is 5, and 3 minus 2 is 1. So my total is 152. Or not my total, my difference, my answer. How many more pages did Lance read than Annie? So now I've got Lance and Annie. So I need 322. This is so sloppy, I'm sorry. Minus 263. So 2 minus 3, I cannot do. I need to borrow. So I've got 12 here because I added 10. And instead of 2 10s, I have 1. 12 minus 3 is 9. 1 minus 6, I cannot do again. I need to borrow. So I'm going to add that 10 and take it away from my hundreds. 11 minus 6 is 5. And 2 minus 2 is 0. So my final answer is 59. Please make sure you show this work on paper or on your tools here. Now, I'm going to show you how to take a picture if you do it on paper, okay? So I'm going to click my camera tool, and it's going to show me my camera. Now, if this is my paper, I'm going to take a picture of it. So I'm going to press the camera button. And do you see how it shows it kind of small? I want you to make it bigger. Make it big so that I can read it. Okay, because some of you guys are showing me these super tiny ones, and I can't read that. Make it nice and big so that it takes up most of the page so that I can see your answers really clearly. And then you'll press the green check mark and turn it in. Watch this video again if you need help. And if you're still not quite getting it, log on at 12:30 and Mr. Sarmiento will help you with your math. Thanks for watching.